let's go into our hot takes.
Hot takes.
You want to go first?
Hot takes.
Will,
Our
we can
hot
go left
takes
to right.
of the week. Yeah, we can do that.
Do you want me to go first?
We can go right to left.
I can go first. I haven't gone first yet in any segment.
My bad, bro.
No, we're good.
Christian in the hot seat.
So my hot take of the week. Do you have an effect for that?
Nah, no fact.
No.
My bad.
Seat's on fire.
No.
I got
So
lazy.
my hot take of the week is Anthony Richardson would have won Rookie of the Year if he was healthy, and I say that just because C.J. Stroud's had a tremendous season. He's had an absolutely tremendous season. I just say that because the Colts have looked really good. They've looked like the best team in their conference, in my opinion. And he would have won them more games than Gardner Minshew has. He was the better player, so I just think he would have. They could have been like 10-4 right now if he was playing. And obviously the Texans aren't 10-4, so that if they're higher on the Texans right now in their little division ranking, like why would they not be if Anthony Richardson was there? Go ahead.
I'm a buzzing. For a season being called one of the best seasons from a rookie ever, to just say like if this dude played, and Anthony Richardson looked really good. I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect Anthony Richardson. I think he's gonna be a great quarterback. I think he's a monster. But C.J. Stroud is legit having the best rookie season ever. You know? And I don't think like we could just say like, oh, if Caleb Williams was drafted, if this.
That's
like,
what the hot take is for.
And I guess it's your hot take.
Yeah.
You know, have your opinion. Keep that shit on your side though. Because you already know who the Rookie of the Year lock is.
It has nothing to do with C.J. Stroud. I didn't even mention him in my hot take. I just said he'll be the best rookie of the season. So
Okay. I'll leave it. If you're not going to mention...
they have a whole 10 years to go at each other. They're in the same division, so it'll be...
It's going to be cool for sure.
Yeah.
I do like Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Let's see how long that lasts. Maybe because he's been out this year.
Yeah.
Like, I like him, but...
I think he only played like 3 games, dude, and he got hurt in every game. So
Yeah.
no one really even knows what kind of player he will be, to be honest.
He had like a 4-touchdown game, though, I think.
Yeah, he did. He went crazy. I think he actually beat the Texans week 1.
He did. They did. And
That's interesting, though, huh?
That is interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of him, dude. I like the Colts. Shout out their head coach, you know.
He did. You tweeted about him.
Yeah, dude. He was our offensive coordinator last year. I miss him dearly.
That's what you tweeted about.
I miss him dearly, dude. But, yeah, man. Shout out the Colts, Anthony Richardson.
I'm going to say for the sake of arguing, who would you rather have? The Colts O-line, Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, or Devin Singletary, Noah Brown, Nico Collins, and Laramie Tunzel?
I think the answer is obvious here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say, like, if C.J. Stroud gets a fucking weapon in the draft, in free agency, if we could get T.
He
Higgins...
did have a weapon. He had Tank Dell.
Yeah, you Tank Dell. Tank Dell is one of the best. He's probably the best rookie receiver.
If we get a weapon, if we get a fucking, like...
Tank Dell's not a weapon?
If we get T. Higgins, if we get Mike Evans, if we get one of those dudes, and I think Tank Dell is great. I think his play style is a wide receiver too, though. Like a support.
Like a Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, like someone who just like could come in there, like randomly catch 8 balls if he's like wide receiver 1's getting doubled.
Okay.
That's why Nico Collins is like looking good because of Tank Dell. You know? Okay. But if we could get T. Higgins, bro, and we have like a real like, you know,
superstar receiver,
a real number 1.
A real number 1 receiver, Tank Dell. Nico Collins could still be there if he wants, but I like Noah Brown.
Yeah, I mean, the Colts the same thing. Like if they get, I don't know, one of those guys too, like their offense is even crazier than it is now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the Colts got guys, you know.
Yeah.
We need guys. So if we could get a guy, like, you know, that's crazy.
Would you rather add a piece on offense or defense at the moment?
You know how I feel about our defense. I think we have a really good defense, and I think we have a really young defense. So, like, next year it's going to develop. Obviously, our offense is really young, too, so that's going to develop a type of way. But I don't necessarily think we need... Like, on defense, your guys are going to develop. On offense, like, if you put a quarterback in a bad offense, like, they're going to ball, but it kind of stunts their growth.
Yeah.
if he gets like a T Higgins, where now it's like he's got I think 3,500 yards right now, like 4,000 at this point, like with a dude like that on his team, I think. But that was just for the sake of arguing, not sitting, sitting here sitting on CJ.
Yeah.
I'll go into my hot take. If the Bills make the playoffs, they will make the Super Bowl.
They will make it, but not.
Make or win?
I said make it.
Okay.
I'll sizzle my hot take a little bit. I think it's a perfect example of a team getting hot at the right time. You know, they've beaten some really good teams. They had that close game with the Eagles. Beat Miami, barely lost the Eagles, beat KC.
Damn. Let him finish.
My bad.
He at least let me finish. You just
That was amazing.
That's what I think about it a little bit, because that's actually kind of crazy.
Let me keep going, because I got a lot more.
Okay,
let him cook. Let him cook.
The only playoff teams that have beat the Bills this year is Jacksonville and the Eagles. Their 5 of 8 wins have been against playoff teams, and their last 3 games, they play the Chargers next week. Should be a win, right? Mm-hmm. They play the Pats the week after that, who they lost to earlier in the season. They're not going to let that fly again. And if they beat those 2 teams and then come out and beat the Dolphins, that's hot. That's the momentum you need coming into the playoffs.
For sure.
So I think if they make it, they make the Super Bowl. They could win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to count it out, but the Niners look good. Eagles look good. I'd want the Lions to win. Cowboys. But that's my take. You want to take back your buzz?
Yeah, I need to hear it too, because I completely agree. I mean, I'm not for sure saying they're gonna make the Super Bowl, but I'm not mad at that take for sure. I think, like you said, they're the hottest team right now.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty hot, but I don't know about hottest team. I mean, the Bills been on it, obviously, but I just feel like this is still the Ravens. I mean, you guys kind of counting out the Ravens. I mean, there's a reason why they're the top seed right now.
That's true. And the Ravens are pretty hot right now, too.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been kind of rolling. But if the Bills were to make the playoffs, they play the Dolphins in the first round.
Yeah.
Then they play the Ravens in the next round. So, I mean, they're rolling. They beat the Dolphins back-to-back. Why can't they fuck up the Ravens,
Yeah, you can't count them out in any game. Like they were the best team in the AFC last year. I think throughout the season. I think maybe the Chiefs were, but we just know who they are though.
Yeah.
Like we can't just count them out just because their record. Because when you get to the playoffs, dude, it's anything goes.
Especially in the NFL,
it's
one game.
It's one game, so. That's it's one game. That's why I'm not even cheering on my team, because it's one game. Anything can really happen. So you just got to get in. That's their thing. Mm-hmm. If they make it, dude, who knows?
Didn't they lose someone on defense? Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, but
he's always hurt though.
They've been balling without him.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen is even making a case for MVP, dude.
If they make the playoffs, I'm not gonna say it. But
he's making a case for MVP.
He is. I think he's
late.
I think he's leading the league in yards, like quarterback total yards,
and
touchdowns. I feel like, and his team, like as good as Diggs is, it's kind of like he's dragging them right now. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like it's just Josh Allen backpack, and
they just beat the hell out of the Cowboys, dude. And everyone's saying, I even said Dak was MVP, but you can't throw 82 yards in a game and win MVP, so.
Out the window.
Yeah, so that's done.
So who's the MVP now? If it's not Dak, I don't think you could say Jalen Hurts anymore.
No.
Is it my guy?
No, I'm never saying
probably
that.
say Lamar.
I would say McCaffrey before that, but we already went over that last week.
No Tyreek Hill?
But it's Lamar.
Yeah, I would probably say Lamar.
Well, actually, they play each other next week, so on Christmas Day. Ravens and Niners.
True.
Whoever wins that game wins MVP, in my opinion.
Brock Purdy could win it next week.
Nah, I'm still down playing Brock.
Yeah, I'm not on that train.
Yeah.
Let's go leave without y'all. Yeah. Well, I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. You want to hear it?
I'm gonna give you a buzz.
You want to get ready?
Buzz if you need.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on the hot seat right now, and my hot take is that disrespectful.
That was a get back.
I already know. Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young would be good, or not, or if not better than C.J. Stroud if he was in Houston.
Nothing
Do
else?
you want to elaborate on that, or you're just gonna let it sit?
I just want to let it sit for a little bit.
You want to let me buzz? That's what you're doing?
Yeah. You can let it go. Christian, you buzz
I'm not gonna buzz it, cause that's just a true like we'll never know.
Yeah.
But that's like, Christian. If you don't believe in it, if you think if we did know, what would
Like
happen?
it's not a bad take though.
Okay.
It's not a bad
It's
take.
not a bad take because I think C.J. Stroud would look bad. I think he'd look bad on the Panthers. Like he would not be having this type of season. On
I think
the
he'd
Panthers.
look horrible on the
He'd look
Panthers.
shit. Like
He would look
like
like shit.
just like how he, like, and I think the example. I know they played the Jets, and the Jets are a great defense, but when he didn't have his two best receivers, like he struggled. So and that's literally what Bryce Young's been going through all season.
Dude, Bryce
So I don't know
Young-
if that's kind of where you're basing your thing off of, but
We're gonna sit here and act like Nico Collins and Tank Dell are a better receiver than Adam Thielen.
yeah, they are.
I think C.J. Stroud makes them that.
No, a receiver can't. Or quarterback doesn't make a receiver.
I think when C.J. Stroud's chucking these balls and putting it right in the pocket, these guys aren't getting open as open.
But Bryce Young has no time though. Like his O line shit. You know that though. True.
It is shit. I'm not gonna lie.
He can't even. He doesn't even have a second to even like see Adam Thielen if he wanted to.
But C.J. Stroud's O line isn't like some like they're holding it down. It's C.J. Stroud's scrambling every game to make these throws. That's what makes him elite because he's moving. Bryce Young is just taking shit up the ass. But
I mean, yeah, it's two like extreme situations. I just feel terrible for Bryce Young.
I do too, but he looks terrible, bro. Like he looks like a bad
Yeah.
quarterback on a bad team. He doesn't look like if Bryce Young had some stuff. You know, that's how I'm feeling. Like when I'm watching the Panthers, it's like, fuck, the Panthers O-line's bad. Fuck, these dudes can't catch. Fuck, Bryce Young looks bad. Like it's not like, oh, like Bryce Young's dragging this team right now and they're losing at the end. You know, like they won this week. They put up 9 points.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna buzz it, but I also like C.J. Stroud's obviously better right now, so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, just
it's
to
a
kind of talk
scenario.
about the situation, obviously, Bryce Young is in a bad situation. He's surrounded by a bad organization. I mean, I remember, like, when I was kind of going through this take, I ran across a video. I think it was them playing the Saints or something. It was literally, like, he literally took a drop back, and there were, like, 7 Saints players, like, literally right in front of him. And there was no way he could even throw the ball. And I think he fumbled it, actually, because, like, he tried throwing it, but it was just, like, way too many people around him.
Can I say something really quick? Not to cut you off.
Sorry.
But I feel like just last year, the Texans were labeled a bad organization. Like a year ago, when we traded Hopkins for pennies, Watson was bitching. A bunch of Texans players were bitching about our organization. And that's why we traded them all away. J.J. Watt left. Like, we've been labeled a bad organization until this year. Davis Mills was our fucking starting quarterback last year. And our wide receiver 1 was...
well, you know why that is, right? Well, you guys just got a brand new coach.
But, like you say, organization or, like... D'Amico Ryans is a G, too.
Yeah,
I'll
you
put
guys got
respect on
you
him,
guys
too.
got a great coach and a new GM, like so.
Yeah, I think
The
you guys made
organization
some-
totally flipped.
I think you guys made some good selections. You guys got some good picks in. So you guys revamped it up. But I feel like Carolina is like, I mean, I kind of talked about this before. Like, they've traded like I think like all their players like all their like good players at some point in time.
I do remember that. Wasn't that a
Yeah.
TikTok?
Yeah, I think it was a TikTok. I think I made a TikTok about it or something. But yeah, I mean Panthers. To start off, like Frank Reich as their coach. Kind of talked about this before. He's only worked with quarterbacks that are over 6'2", so it just didn't work well. It just didn't work in Bryce Young style, and also just having like Josh McCown coming in as a QB coach. It's his first gig. And he was like never good. honestly, in the NFL. So like, not to kind of like shit on him, but I feel like people like that, like they kind of need like a startup before they could really like take over. And the new head coach right now is not much better. Obviously, he's mostly worked in special teams and basically been like special teams coordinator for the Browns most of his career. But yeah, I mean, bottom line, I think Bryce Young was just surrounded by everything bad, and just like even though like the pressure like arises with him, like he has like really good like composure and like he does not panic, and I'm sure Stroud has that as well, which is why I think if Bryce Young was on the Texans, I feel like he'd be as good.
Yeah. Is the argument like if Bryce Young was on the Texans and CJ was on the Panthers, who would be better?
I think Bryce Young would be better.
And I don't think that's a question.
Yeah.
If they switch? Oh, wait, are you saying like... Okay, I get what you're saying. I still think CJ would be better. Just because what I've seen from CJ, like...
Right, yeah.
I'm still, like, going to argue he's a top 8, 10 quarterback in football right now. I don't think... You could argue the opposite for Bryce Young, where he looks like a bottom 8, 10 quarterback in football right now. So I don't think... As, like, obviously the team matters, but I don't think it flips that hard, you know? Like, maybe if that happens, CJ Stroud's the quarterback 15 and Bryce Young's still the quarterback, like, 17.
I mean...
Because CJ Stroud's 6'2".
But, like, okay, but would you... Like, could you say... Like, look at it, like, this way. Would you say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback right now?
Probably.
No. But he's not playing like it, though. Like, Josh Allen looks better than him.
I would say one of the two.
Like, I don't even think he's not even top 5 in my opinion.
Patrick Mahomes?
Not right now.
You should put that shit on your hot take.
Not this season. He's not looking like top 5.
Who's your 5 right now?
Can you name 5 better than Mahomes?
Right now, yeah. Mahomes has not looked good this year, bro, compared to like the way he's normally played.
I feel like, and I don't want to like be the guy that's like making excuses for Mahomes, but I feel like his receivers have looked awful. Like they showed it on the Patriots game. They're number 1 in the league in drop passes. Yeah, like that's unacceptable.
That's the same thing though. It's the team around you.
I guess
that's literally what Wilson's saying. Like it's the team around you. Like people aren't gonna view him as that because.
But I'm saying Mahomes has looked good. The receivers are bad. Bryce Young hasn't looked good, and everything's bad around him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how
I feel
can
like
you
he
look
has
good?
looked good, honestly. Like
he hasn't. Like how could you really look good if your team's not doing good?
Like obviously.
But he doesn't look that good though.
But you're saying he doesn't look
like
top 5. That's still good.
Well, yeah, because he's been in the league 8 years. He has Travis Kelce still.
Travis Kelce's on that list of people who are dropping balls though.
But yeah, he's the best tight end in the league. Like even if Bryce Young had that receiving team, he would be better off than what he is on the Panthers.
I agree with that. I think if he switched, he'd be better than what it's on the Panthers right now. But I think the argument where he's better than CJ Stroud is different.
If they switch teams.
If they switch teams, I think it's closer, but I would still take CJ Stroud. But are you saying Bryce Young? Say CJ Stroud doesn't exist. If Bryce Young was on the Texans, Bryce Young would be having a better season than what CJ Stroud is right now?
I think it'd be as good.
I can't agree with that. I'm buzzing on that.
Yeah, I mean we'll just never I don't know. That's really tough. Yeah, we'll never know. Hopefully, Bryce gets a team around him, and you can make that argument then. Like you'll be able to actually know.
I guess we'll have this conversation in 5 years.
In 5 years,
if he lasts that long, like
shelf life, dude.
He's gonna get injured.
Bryce Young?
Yeah, he's gonna get injured, bro. By the time that happens, if they don't have a team around him, his career will be done.
I want to hear your 5 quarterbacks over Mahomes.
Over Mahomes this season, Tua, Josh Allen, Lamar.
Yeah.
Jalen, Dak Prescott. And honestly, Jalen has had a better season than Mahomes this year too.
Are you saying better season or better quarterback? Like, looked better?
Either way.
Because that's kind of different, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Like, because better quarterback is like what I'm saying, where Mahomes' receivers are dropping the balls. But better seasons, like, those 5, I would vote for as MVP over Mahomes. You know what I mean? Where it's like stats and winning obviously kind of matter a little more.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's not top 5 in that scenario anyway.
In either?
No, I don't believe so.
Damn.
Honestly, I'd probably put Mahomes around like 4 or 5. I think he fits right in that spot.
Yeah, like, he's around there, but he's not the number one, like how everyone's saying. This year, no.
I think this year it's Lamar.
Yeah.
And I would probably say Josh Allen 2 and then Mahomes 3. After you said that, I agree with those. But I don't think I could agree with Dak or
Tua?
I don't think so.
No?
I think Tua is a lot. I mean, maybe this week flips it a little bit because he did it without Tyreek this week. So maybe, but I think I need to see a little. I think Mahomes, you have like, if I'm looking at better quarterback, Mahomes I have more like time with, you know? Like, I know Mahomes.
Yeah, we've seen him in the last 8 years, yeah.
So, like, Tua, if he did that shit more consistently, but I do think a lot of it's like Tyreek and Waddle.
Yeah.
Just are some monsters.
Yeah. Football's the ultimate team sport, though, dude. So
It
like,
is.
If you don't have a team around you, you're not going to do shit.
Yeah.
So, it's really how it goes, man.
That's why Bryce Young isn't doing shit, because he has no team around him.
Guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Thank you, guys. Unless you had something to say.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the same thing.
You're just going to diss.
Yeah.
You're just going to diss. Thank you, guys, for listening to another episode of the Hot Seat Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Be there Saturday. Will, Chris, last words?
Last words, my last words are run the play.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Spend time with your family. And make sure you watch Playbook Sports.
No episode Monday, though. Next Monday. Or, I mean, next Thursday. But for Christmas. But this is going to be our last episode. Is it of the new year?
Yeah.
Pretty much last episode of the new year.
2023.
Last episode of 2023.
2024, we're taking over. Run the
2024.